Are all-road wheels a thing? And do they perform as well as the best wheels dedicated for road or gravel riding? Well, my answer is mostly yes. In this video, I'll tell you what all-road wheels are, which of the ones we've tested are the best for the kind of road and gravel riding you do, and how you can save yourself a lot of money buying just one set of high-performance all-road wheels. Hi, I'm Steve from In the Know Cycling, the ad-free, sponsor-free, and viewer-supported YouTube channel and website that's dedicated to helping fellow cycling enthusiasts decide what to get and where to get it. Okay, let's roll. The best performing road wheels usually fall into one of three categories, as you can see on the left side of this chart. Climbing wheels that are light, aero wheels that are deep, and mid-depth all-around wheels that perform well in a range of road riding situations and racing disciplines. And gravel wheels are usually considered to be another distinct category. So those of us who ride enthusiast or race-level road and gravel bikes, or even an all-road bike intended for riding on both paved and unpaved surfaces, will typically upgrade the stock wheels that came with those bikes. We'll buy an all-around wheel set for our road bike and a gravel one for our gravel bike, or switch between them on the bike we use for both surfaces. If we live in a part of the world that's either very mountainous or mostly flat, or we travel to places to ride or race where that kind of terrain predominates, we might also have a climbing or an aero wheel set. But just one all-road wheel set performs as well or better than the best all-around or climbing road wheels and the best gravel wheels. And it also saves you the cost of buying two separate wheel sets. From our testing, we found there are two types of all-road wheel sets, depending on the combination of surface and terrain you ride. Let me overlay all-road wheels on the chart of the road and gravel wheels I showed you before. What I call Type 1 all-road wheels excel on flat and rolling paved roads, and on Class 1 dirt and Class 2 light gravel surfaces. This ENVE 4.5 SES and the ZIP 454 NSW we've also reviewed, in addition to being two of the best all-arounders on paved roads, are also Type 1 all-road wheel sets that are the best we've found for fast Class 1 and Class 2 gravel riding. These wheels measure between 52 and 58 millimeters deep. Their aero performance at speeds above 20 miles an hour or 32 kilometers an hour on the road and gravel is noticeably faster than the second type of all-road wheels, or what I call Type 2 all-road wheels. Type 2 all-road wheels, like this Roval Terra CLX II, are shallower and most are lighter than Type 1 all-road wheels. This makes Type 2 all-road wheels great for climbing on road and gravel, and more versatile for the range of road and gravel riding that you do. That's especially true if you aren't riding at aero speeds on gravel, which most of us mere mortal enthusiasts really don't do. 7 wheel sets we've tested so far make up the Type 2 all-road wheel set category. In alphabetical order, they are the Bontrager Aeolus RSL 37V, the Cadex AR35, the ENVE SES 3.4, the Reserve 4044, the Roval Terra CLX, and two from ZIP, the 303 Firecrest and the ZIP 353 NSW. What all of these all-road wheels have in common is their inner rim width. They measure 25 millimeters or wider, except for one that measures 23 millimeters. And all but one have an outside rim width of 30 to 32 millimeters wide. These widths make for a better handling and more comfortable platform on gravel surfaces. But their widths don't make them any heavier than dedicated road wheel sets, most of which have an inner width of 21 to 23 millimeter these days, and many which have an outside width no greater than 30 millimeters and typically closer to 28 millimeters. And most dedicated gravel wheel sets these days have an internal width of 25 millimeters. But none of those dedicated gravel wheel sets that we've tested perform well as dedicated road wheels or all-road wheels on paved roads. While these widths, depths, and weights may frame the specs of this all-road wheel set category, they really don't predict their performance. When we test wheels on road and gravel, we qualitatively and comparatively assess a half dozen performance characteristics. We consider how versatile each wheel set is across different surfaces and terrains, and how well they do on specific combinations of surface and terrain. We assess how well they hold their momentum at aero speeds and how stable they are in windy conditions. We'll also rate their relative stiffness, how responsive they are, how they handle, and how compliant or comfortable they feel with the same tires mounted and inflated to the same pressure that is right for the test rider's weight and the surface each of us is riding. Here's a chart that shows the results of our testing. It shows how each all-road wheel set compares on each of those criteria. A plus means it performed better than average, a minus worse than average, and a 0 means it's average in comparison with the others. You can also see their retail prices and their specs. I'll keep this all-road comparison chart up for a minute and come back to it as I say more about 2 of the wheel sets on it. You can also spend some more time with this chart and see our reviews of each of the wheel sets on it in my review of the all-road wheels on the In the Know Cycling website. You can get there using the link in the description box below this video panel. And while you're there, click the thumbs up and subscribe buttons if you like what you're seeing in this video and want to see more like it. I want to give you an abbreviated review of the Type 1 and Type 2 all-road wheel sets that we rated highest, the ENVE SES 4.5 and the Roval Terra CLX II respectively. That'll give you a flavor for them, how they differ, and help you see what they might do for the kind of road and gravel riding you do. Okay, let me grab the ENVE SES 4.5 wheel set once again. This wheel set really shines on nearly as many performance criteria as the Zip 454 NSW, the only other wheel set we've tested that meets the performance standard of a Type 1 all-road wheel set. But even at its $2,850, 2,850 pound price tag, it costs a good deal less than the 454 NSW. It's also more aero than the 454 if you'll be doing road, crit, light dirt, and gravel racing, but it doesn't climb as well. It feels as fast or faster on flat, rolling, and descending terrain, is comfortable on good roads, and more comfortable on rough roads and unpaved paths as any road or gravel wheel set we've ever tested. This is the original all-road wheel set. It was called the ENVE SES 4.5 AR when it was introduced in 2016. And ENVE dropped the AR name when it updated the wheel set in 2022 and made its outside width just a millimeter wider. Otherwise, no change other than the graphics. While I wrote and reviewed the original AR, this review here is based upon the 2020 model, this one that I own. It's been updated again in 2024 with a new hub set that ENVE claims is 60 grams lighter and makes the wheel set even stiffer. It also gives you the option to choose rear hubs with more points of engagement than you need on the road. And that can come in handy with the more frequent starts and stops you do when riding gravel. In our testing, the Roval Terra CLX II really hits the jackpot for road and gravel cycling both. This one wheel set really excels across a broader range of terrain and surfaces than other Type 2 all-road wheels that we've tested, and does so at a better price. After doing a range of road, gravel, and cyclocross rides and races on them, my fellow tester Miles called them quiver killers. I've used them to do the club equivalent of catting up, to keep up on lumpy group road rides and challenging gravel ones with stronger riders than me. The Terra CLX II excels on New England gravel rides where it's typically 1,000 feet of climbing for every 10 miles. It flies uphill on 38 to 40 millimeter wide tires, handles well through the loose corners, and is very stout on Class 4 technical sections on even wider tires. On the road, we rate the Terra CLX the best climbing wheel set we've ever tested. despite its low weight and low profile, it's also got the ability to maintain speed on fast crit courses, and that really surprised us. These Rovals handle better than most of any depth wheel when cornering, on descents, and over rolling terrain, and they snap up to speed in sprints, and you can drive them hard through the corners. Let me also tell you that you can find links to stores I've vetted and recommend that carry these wheel sets in the description box below. And when you use those links to buy these wheels or whatever you need, you'll support this channel and the In the Know Cycling website, because some of these stores provide a small commission that I'll put towards our review and technology costs. This allows me to keep these videos ad-free, sponsor-free, free of bias and industry conflict, and free of interruptions, except, of course, for this short one. Thanks. Let me come back to that comparison chart I showed you earlier. Focus in on the price of these wheels for a moment. As you can see, they aren't cheap, but let's consider your options. Buying a top-performing dedicated road wheel set and another top-performing gravel wheel set could cost you, and probably will cost you, twice as much as one of these all-road wheel sets. And neither will perform any better. The total cost of buying a value-priced or mid-tier carbon road wheel set and a gravel one will be the same or more than buying one of almost any of these all-road wheel sets. But those value-priced wheel sets, they won't perform as well as one of the all-road wheel sets will. Instead, you can put your money into a quiver of road and gravel tires for different conditions. Regular season and winter road tires, 40mm small knob gravel tires for dirt roads and loose gravel, and 45mm big knob tires for class 3 and 4 gravel. And even after you spent all that money on those tires, you'll still save a heck of a lot than buying two separate wheel sets for road and gravel instead of one all-road wheel set. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. I know. It's easier to have a dedicated wheel set and tires for each bike than to mount different tires, perhaps change your cassette, and move your wheels from one bike to the other every time you want to switch from riding between road and gravel. That's true. And if you're not into mounting your own tires or don't have time to do it, it might be worth spending the extra money on two very good dedicated wheel sets, one for road and one for gravel. And if that's you, I've also put links in the description box to our reviews of the best all-around aero, climbing, and value-priced road wheel sets, and the best dedicated alloy, value-priced, and performance gravel wheel sets. I will add that the road and gravel tires I recommend are relatively easy to mount, seal, hold air, and remove on these all-road wheel sets. Back in that description box, you'll also see the links to my comparative reviews of the best road and gravel tires. Or, if you ride one bike a lot less than the other, say your gravel bike, use the wheels that came with that bike most of the time and move over the all-road wheels mounted with the right tires, let's say for a big weekend ride or a target event. So you've got choices, and if you ride both road and gravel, an all-road wheel set is a great performance and economical option. Thanks for watching. Let me know about your experience with any of this and with anything I've shared in this video in the comments below. And if you've made it this far, be sure to click the thumbs up and subscribe buttons below. It will keep you in the know about the gear we're testing and get the word out to your fellow enthusiasts. You can check out some of my other videos, including those you see alongside me, to help you decide what other gear to get and where to get it. Until the next video, have a great time out on the road and on the gravel.